In honor of Black History Month, wanted to give you a chance to talk about what's on your mind, what's on your heart.
I think, Black History Month is important. It's American history, and for me, I didn't have to read a lot of books to get it. My dad was one of the first African Americans to integrate the U.S. Army as a drill sergeant, so he didn't call me. I didn't have a chance for my mom to call me and give. My dad didn't call me to give me wisdom. He called me to just set me straight. My mom called me to cuss me out if I played bad. So I didn't have that from my mom. She was like, "Hey, what?" I can't even repeat it, but. My dad always taught me to be proud of it, to understand my responsibilities. And then my godfather also, who is Jewish, taught me, the power of progressive social issues when he marched with Martin Luther King, and he was in a room before the Have a Dream speech, and he told me how Martin Luther King came out, on the March of Washington Monument and gave the wrong speech, and he switched in the middle of the speech to the I Have a Dream speech. And he told me the power of making mistakes but correcting them and having a platform to uplift everyone through your mistakes. And when you talk about everything that goes along with it in UCLA and what Coach Wooden did for, African-American basketball players and winning his first championship in Kansas City at Municipal Auditorium, NAACP wanted him to win it to talk about his players not be able to stay in the hotels together for integration, but they were segregated. Everything comes into play, and when you play at UCLA, you have this untold and unspoken responsibility to push the envelope further with Black history, unification, because Black history and American history is not done by just Blacks, it's done by unifying voices and coming together for a better righteous cause, and that's just compassion and mindfulness.
And I've heard you talk about that. When you go to UCLA, there is this unspoken sort of expectation for athletes to push the envelope and to keep building for all the people who came before them, all the incredible Black student athletes who came before them.
Yeah, you talk about professional sports, you talk about professional players, you talk about Arthur Ashe, Jackie Robinson, Lou Alcindor, who became, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But, at the same time, we understand we are the voices of our community. We want more African Americans to have acceptance into universities, especially like at UCLA. We want more African Americans to have a voice, and we understand that it's a pace that we have to push that. And you look at all of our players in the Pac-12 conference of today, they are remarkable, and they have their place in history for their voices.